Namaste. Welcome, everyone. It's Anita with Empirical Grace Acupuncture Acupressure. I am streaming live from TikTok, and I'm waiting for my phone to reboot for Instagram. And then I'm also on both our YouTube channels, Empirical Grace and Empirical Grace Weight Loss and Fertility. We have two different ones, so do join us on those platforms too. We post daily on YouTube, and we post majority of the week on the other platforms as well. And I'm sorry it's been a minute since I've been on here. A lot going on, but happy to be back and happy to be back regularly. So that makes me really happy. While we wait for just a few more folks to join on in, we're going to do about 20 minutes of acupressure, get into a comfortable place wherever you are in the world. If you're getting ready to unwind to go to bed, this is a great protocol. If you are somewhere where it's sunshine, it's going to help you to jumpstart your day. So keep that in mind. We're going to focus on relaxation, sleep, anxiety, and weight loss. So really good for us to be here together. Real quick, while we're just waiting for a few more folks to join on in, is that all the monetization money goes towards two future free clinics, one near Hyderabad, India, another one in Washington, D.C. That's been our goal. So I've had 25 years of experience. So just know that we are working towards something really fantastic. And we have lots of different products. We've got our apparel, and then we also have our books. We've got one on weight loss, one on men's health, one on women's health, and then we also have these wonderful socks that can guide you to where you want to be. So this is our wonderful weight loss socks. We also have a men's health sock and a women's health sock and so forth. Okay, fantastic. We have a decent number of people on here, so we are going to start off with doing acupressure for anxiety and for relaxation and sleep. So everybody, I want you to breathe in from your nose and your upper chest and close your mouth. And then we're going to keep it simple, and then we're going to build up. We're also going to do a bunch for men's health, women's health, and of course, weight loss. So first thing that we're going to do is don't underestimate the power of this point. I do it every hour for a few minutes. I just turn my Zoom off, and then I do this. This is a great one for anxiety and stress relief and sleep. So everybody close your mouth and breathe in from your nose, and let's do this. I got my timer. Let's do this for a minute or two. Here we go. We'll just do it for a minute. Here we go. That was a minute. See how easy and peaceful this was? Let's see, on the YouTube channel for women. There we go. We're going to make it a little bit better for you all. Okay, and then for the men, we'll also make it a little bit better for you all. Okay, fantastic. Someone in the chat on TikTok asked about migraines, so I'm going to give you two protocols, but I was planning on doing this protocol anyway. So if you have headaches, whether it's frontal headaches, temporal headaches, temporal, or occipital headaches, a really good protocol that you can do as long as you're not pregnant. Remember, I got to keep my pregnant women safe, is to do fist on top of fist. So if you do this for a few minutes and repeat as you need, it can help with the headache. It can help with the headache. Also, if you practice on the acupressure sock, which you can find on the link in the bio, another protocol that you can do as long as you're not pregnant is you can acupress just like this, and this can represent the head and can help relieve headaches. It can also be helpful for neck strain. It can also be helpful for shoulder pain. Also, let's do a protocol that pregnant women can do for headaches and migraines. This protocol is not only good for headaches and migraines, but also good for sleep and also good for low energy, and it can also help with sinus trouble, which Sinuses and allergies, as we all know, can also cause headaches. So for the next minute, what I want you to do is I want you to acupress just like this, and don't forget to breathe in again from your nose. Nose breathing is very important. Nose breathing can help with nitric oxide, which can increase metabolism. Nose breathing can help nitric oxide for men in the bedroom. Nitric oxide can also help regulate a period. Of course, check in with your medical doctor. And nitric oxide can also help with anxiety. So for the next 30 seconds, we already did 30 seconds. For the next 30 seconds, I want you all to follow along, and I want you to acupress along the eyes just like this, and breathe in from your nose. This is going to help with many types of headaches, migraines, sinus, anxiety, stress, cortisol, and it can also help you to sleep. So let's do this for 30 seconds. Breathe in from your nose, everyone. See how easy that was? Okay, we're gonna do another protocol related to this. This is really good for stress. It can also really be good for metabolism. Remember, so much of weight loss and so much of health can be related to stress. We know this, right? If you're stressed, then your cortisol increases and the disruption of serotonin and melatonin happens. You might not sleep as well. And if you don't sleep as well, human growth hormone isn't as balanced, which affects your metabolism. You also crave sugary snacks. And then the next night, you're not going to sleep as well. For gentlemen, sleep is so important because it not only helps with cognitive function, but it also helps with nitric oxide, which is going to help them in the bedroom. And ladies, we also know this, sleep can also parlay into nitric oxide, which can help regulate a period. So if you're struggling with irregular periods, definitely work with your medical doctor. Absolutely do that. But these self-care acupressure protocols can work. So the next protocol that we're going to do is we're going to acupress on the temples for just 30 seconds. And everybody breathe in from your nose again. God, I feel amazingly relaxed. We're going to do another protocol. This is really important. I actually did organize all my tools. See, I don't want to get the computer, but see, all my tools are nicely organized. So what we're going to do next is we are going to go ahead and acupress using this. You can get it under acupressure devices if you want. Otherwise, you can use a comb. Otherwise, you can use your fingertips. Now remember, the mirror, the whole body, we have little Adam and little Anna here, is mirrored just like this, just like this, like this, like this, right? So what we want to do is we want to acupress just like this. So this is also good for not only helping with bringing blood flow to throughout the body, because this will stimulate the bottom of the body, which can help gentlemen, which can also help women, and also can go through the CV and GV meridians, which can be very helpful. And then in addition to that, this can be helpful in relaxing the body. And also, a lot of people, you write to me about losing hair. Losing hair can be due to stress. We all know this. And so let's see, how do you decompress from all the energies from everyone else? Oh, acupressure can be really helpful. Remember, acupressure releases serotonin, opioids, dopamine. It is your natural happy chemical. So a nice way to decompress is do some acupressure. You can follow the lives, or you can get some protocols. You'll know which points you like to do. But this also, before I forget, is a really good protocol for losing hair. Remember, if we're relaxing the body, then we can also help with stimulating the follicles here. One other thing I've been noticing in clinic too is that when we tax the body, we tax the body. There's a concept in Chinese medicine about becoming blood shu. You not only become energy or qi shu, but you can also become blood shu. And these techniques can help you to relax and to get some good rest so that you build your reserves. Of course, work with your doctor, but these are fantastic things. So for the next 30 seconds, we already did it for a little bit, but what I want you all to do is run your fingertips, or you can get this tool under the acupressure devices and the link in the bio, and then we can go ahead and I'll take care of that question coming in about foot pain in a second. Hang tight, my dear. But I want you to do this for 30 seconds. Everybody breathe in from your nose. Here we go. Thank you for the note, my dear. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate the support. Okay, somebody asked about foot pain. What you can do is soak your feet in Epsom salts. Epsom salts can oxidize the blood, so you can soak your feet in some warm Epsom salts, and that can be really, really helpful. And then you can do that. The other point you can do, as long as you're not pregnant, is this point. This can be very helpful. Also, somebody asked about a stomach bug. Don't forget to get your fluids in, and as long as you're not pregnant, you can also do this acupressure point. This can get all the stuff out of your body. So really, really good. So there's a couple of questions that came in. Let me make sure I got it. Okay, awesome. And then scratching your head with, this is an acupressure tool. It's like the comb you can get under acupressure devices, and this is really helpful for acupressing the head. This can help acupress. Do 20, which is an acupressure point, as the body's mirror image, just like this, as well as like this, as well as like this. Also, this can help you with hair loss. So this can help you stimulate the follicles of the hair. So that can be really good. Okay, hypothyroidism can cause swelling in lower legs, ankles, varicose veins, and blood clot. Yes. So you can consider drinking a little bit of turmeric tea. Turmeric tea can help with inflammation. It can also help with the varicose veins. So that could be something that you can do. Also, what you can do is obviously work with your medical doctor, but you can also do yin tong for a few minutes every hour. Don't forget to get 20 minutes of acupressure in a day. And then as long as you're not pregnant, you can also do triple warmer 3, which can be helpful for hormone balance for hypothyroidism. Also, if you go to my second YouTube channel, Empirical Grace, Fertility and Weight Loss, there's some videos for hypothyroidism, so you can consider that. Okay, fantastic. Relationship stress. You know, one of the best points for stress relief in general is that you can, let me get here, Jack here. We have Jack. Everybody knows Jack. Everybody's worked with Jack. So Jack is right here. And what you can do is you can acupress the on the end point. That's one of the best points for relaxation. It's also really good for weight loss. So if you're breaking up with someone and you want, I hope this sounds okay, and you want to get over the anxiety and the stress of it and also lose weight and be your best self, this is a great acupressure point. So what you can do for anything that's stress related, this is one of the best points. You're going to take your fingertips and then you are going to go behind the earlobe and you'll find a tender spot. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it. So thank you so much. And you're going to acupress just like this. This can really relax you. As you can tell, oh, thank you so much, Pink on Pink. Really appreciate the support. I'm already getting super relaxed. Can you see my eyes already start to glaze over. So this can be really nice to just relax. This can also be really good to sleep. Remember, sleep and anxiety, these are really well correlated together, and the byproduct can be weight loss, can be regulating a cycle, can help with the bedroom. Of course, work with your doctor, but these are self-care things that you can do. Wow, the questions are blowing up, so let me go ahead and try to answer all of these things. Anxiety, again, do the on-me end point. I'm so relaxed now. The on-me end point. So you're gonna go behind the earlobe. Everybody go behind the earlobe, find a tender spot, and just acupress your hearts away. It's also really good for children. If you have a loved one who's going through stress, I went to a funeral. My uncle died today, and so the funeral is really stressful. You know, I was weeping and crying, and I did this protocol for myself. And I wish I could have done it on my aunt as well. Okay, weight loss, we did do a couple of protocols. What I'm going to say really quickly about weight loss, and we'll do a little bit more, is you got to manage the stress, yin tong. You got to manage the sleep, and you can do on me end point. Also, what's really good to help transform fat and deflate that belly, whether it's cortisol belly or not, as long as you're not pregnant, is the Bajra points, fist on top of fist. And then the other thing is, so many of you struggle with blood sugar, blood pressure issues with weight loss. Of course, work with your medical doctor. But another good point, as long as you're not pregnant, is to do this point. This point can help transform fat. And a lot of these videos, if you go to my second YouTube channel, Empirical Grace, Fertility and Weight Loss, a lot of this stuff is listed there. Okay, let's see. And you got to get 20 minutes of acupressure in. I know you're not doing the acupressure, and I've been bad. I haven't been on the live, so I can't follow you. You don't have a coach to help you, but there's plenty of videos. And we have ebooks. We have ebooks on men's health, we have, these are, I just printed these out, but we have ebooks on men's health, weight loss, women's fertility, and we're coming out with 9 more ebooks. And all the proceeds of the ebooks goes towards the free clinic, which I hope you all come to. Okay, insomnia, the best point is the omni end point. Take your fingertips, go behind the earlobe, and acupress this point while you lay in bed. You're going to fall asleep. This is the best point for falling asleep quickly, staying asleep, waking up well rested. So I want you to get in the habit of practicing this point. I am getting super relaxed doing these points. Oh, thank you for, yes, my uncle. He's, God, he passed away last Wednesday, and today was the funeral, and he looked so peaceful. So thank you for the wishes. You rub, I want you to get 20 minutes of acupressure, but if you're doing the points for sleep, and you, like, I'm already drowsy from doing that sleep point. So if you, I'm ready to go to sleep. So if you fall asleep, then you've done your points. But I want you to get 20 minutes of acupressure. And I almost don't care what points you do, but I want you to pick a few points, and I want you to just do them. And if you do them during the lives, there you go. And you can do more. You can also do more. Carpal tunnel. So carpal tunnel is when the nerve that goes through this area inflames, and it can be tingling, it can be painful. I had carpal tunnel. I treated myself, and it went away because I know what to do to treat. Find yourself a local acupuncturist to get help with carpal tunnel. And while you're doing it, I want you to ice this area. You can also use biofreeze on this area, and that can be helpful. Upper back, between the shoulders. Okay, so what you can do for the upper back points is that, as long as you're not pregnant, because these points can also trigger upper back discomfort, there is a point of seeing if there's a tool that's really good. And so here's maybe a good tool. So what you can do for upper back, again, don't do this if you're pregnant, is you can just simply, I got this at the dollar store. So you can actually just acupress. This is gallbladder 21, and this can be relaxing the trapezius, and then the trapezius can also relax some of the other muscles. So this can also be a really good protocol that you can do for upper back discomfort. This can also trigger unwanted contractions, so please don't do this if your wife is pregnant. So don't do that, or your partner. Okay, let's see. Okay, so a lot of people are asking about weight loss acupuncture. So if you go to the videos on the channel for Empirical Grace Fertility and Weight Loss, there's a lot of point prescriptions. So let me give you a point prescription that you can give to your local acupuncturist that has been really effective. So a really good protocol that you can have your local acupuncturist do is do 20 Erection men, and also small intestine 3, 4, 5, spleen 4, and 3 emperors. That is really wonderful because the spleen meridian, if you can get it to tonify, then the spleen meridian has a relationship with the small intestine meridian to help absorb the fat. So what we're going to do today, we already went through some really good acupressure for weight loss. We did this point for anxiety. We also did this point for relaxation and good sleep. We also did the on mien point. This can also help with sleep. You got to get your sleep in. Research shows that 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Sleep is important because sleep manages the human growth hormone for metabolism, and sleep also helps you to not only cognitive function, but helps with serotonin, which helps you choose your foods. Like if you end up not getting enough sleep, you're going to want the candy, you're going to want the pop. And the more sleep you get, the less chances you are going to want to have that sweet stuff, which is always going to impede you on your weight loss journey. But let's do a couple of points for weight loss. And this is going to be good for you in a lot of different ways. So I don't want you to do these points if you're pregnant. If you're pregnant and trying to lose weight, you got to work with your medical doctor. There's a really great protocol that the doctor can do. But as far as weight loss, as long as you're not pregnant, we're going to do 2 points. First point we're going to do is we're going to do this point. This is one of the best points for weight loss and also a lot of different issues. This can be very helpful for transforming the fat for metabolism. This can also be good for diarrhea. It can also be good for nausea. It can also be good for constipation. So this is a great protocol that you can do in addition to, of course, sleeping 7 to 9 hours. Also picking a diet that works. Don't eat too late. Intermittent fasting is a great option. If you like calorie deficit, you can do calorie deficit with intermittent fasting. And then in addition to that, get your steps in. You got to get that steps in. I've been hitting that treadmill, like sometimes on the treadmill for like an hour, but it can be really helpful. And also if you're using a treadmill, doing it at an incline can also really make your body a lot leaner. So get your steps in, and also don't forget, drink half your body weight in ounces of fluid. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you got to drink about 1 gallon of water throughout the day. Sip that water away. So this is specifically a great protocol. Don't do it if you're pregnant, to help transform fat. It can also be good for blood sugar. If you're insulin sensitive, this is a great protocol, along with, of course, your doctor's recommendation. So we have a question coming through. Okay, I read it's good. Okay, so if you're seeing, let's see, you might not have found a really good acupuncturist. So a really good acupuncturist that you can find is that you can read the Google reviews, find someone, and then check their license number against the medical board, make sure they have no violations, and ask that they've treated 10,000 patients. I got really good after I treated 10,000 patients. I've treated over 100,000 patients. So, you start to become an expert in something when you've done it over 10,000. All right, another point for weight loss that can be fantastic, and I actually love this point for men. So what I want you to consider doing, and again, don't do these points if you're pregnant, is fist on top of fist. You've seen me do this point a lot if you check out my videos. This is a great point for deflating the belly. This can be really good for water metabolism. This can be good for constipation and diarrhea. This is a great point for headaches, for migraines, for upper back pain, for neck pain, for also low back pain, sacrum pain, hip pain, sciatica down the leg, down the front of the leg, side of the leg, back of the leg. This is one of the best points for men because it not only supports the back, but also supports the core of the body. So this can be really helpful for gastritis, IBS, Crohn's disease. This can really jumpstart the gut to transform. Oh my gosh, thank you for the lights. So this is a really good point that, remember, you got to like boom, boom, jumpstart the gut, the large intestine, small intestine, spleen, stomach. So this is a great point to get that going so you can metabolize your fat. So yes, no, it does not. Good question. You guys are getting technical. Does it matter which hand is on top? No, it doesn't. And in fact, you can actually do this point like this. You can also do this point like this. So I just want you to get in the habit of doing these points, because if you do these points, you're going to become more conscious. You're going to eat better. You're going to drink more water. You're going to get your steps. You're going to sleep better. When you get 20 minutes of acupressure, the weight loss points, I found that the best results on the weight loss points is if you do them before each meal. That's what I found. So again, you can mix and match the points. There's a lot of points, but they all can work. And some points are better specific for certain things. Wow, you guys are a good group. And thank you so much for encouraging me. It's been a hard summer and I've been wanting to get back on these lives. So tonight was a great night to do that. So in the last couple of minutes, I'm going to see if anybody wants to join me on the live. So if they do, please let me know and I'll do my best to grab you. Otherwise, we're going to do a few minutes of relaxation for anxiety release for acupressure. So everybody, just a couple of minutes before eating, my dear, just a couple of minutes before eating. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and everybody breathe in from your nose. And we're going to do yin tong for a minute. Oh, thank you so much for the compliment. Hello, Jamaica. Been there. Been to Montego Bay. And let's do this point. It's going to help you sleep. It's also going to help you feel refreshed if you're somewhere in the world where it's sunshine. Don't forget to breathe in from your nose, everybody. If you want to follow along on the socks, you can do, as long as you're not pregnant, you can acupress just like that. So you can acupress just like this. So this is really good. Great protocol to do at nighttime for stress, anxiety, and weight loss. So the guides, and if you want something specific, it is listed here. Like if you have back pain or deflating the belly or constipation or anxiety, you can just acupress. But if you want to get all of the points, you can acupress like this. So the socks can be found on the link in the bio, and all the proceeds, whether it's the socks, you got these t-shirts, remember, be happy, you got yin tong here, and then all the books. And then I'll try to wear our sweatshirts. We've got a bunch of sweatshirts that we have. And we have 3 ebooks, Men's Health, Women's Health, Weight Loss, and we're coming out with 9 more ebooks. I'm literally working on them right now. And there's a lot of great blogs as well that have written a lot of great information. And thank you so much for your support. It's my honor to help you along the way. Get checked out by your medical doctor. These are really great self-care acupressure techniques that can help you along the way. Love you all so much, and I'll see you back on here tomorrow night. Bye. Cramps in foot, get the electrolytes in, and also consider soaking them in Epsom salts, my dear. I'll be back. Bye.